Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome to the stream. We are live again and today we are going to be doing Industria once again. And yeah, I suppose we can just go ahead and get started. So yeah, today we are going to be working on the multi-block system. We're actually going to be rewriting it today. It's going to be interesting to say the least. So I'll just do that and then I think I'm pretty much ready to switch everything over. There is me, and then there is IntelliJ. Lovely. So, yes, we're going to be completely rewriting my entire multi-block system today because the way it currently works is there's no way to say that a specific block is, for example, like an energy input or energy output or fluid input, inventory input, etc., etc. So I'm going to have to rewrite the whole entire thing to make that work. So I've kind of already started this. If I can find it, here we go. So I have a registry for the multi-block types now instead of it being an enum. And effectively, we're going to have to change this so that I can define a pattern. And then that way I can just say what blocks are going to be what. That's going to be the easiest way to do this, I think. So that's going to be the plan. Yeah, so let's basically get started. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to define the pattern right now. I could do what I used to do, which is to use what the Iron Golem uses, which I don't remember what that is. Where is it? It's in like Pumpkin. Okay, would you like to... There we go, carved pumpkin. That's it, block patterns. So I could use block patterns, hypothetically. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. Or I could just write that myself. Block patterns are probably the easiest, but I also want a way to define what a specific block will be in terms of like whether it has energy, inventory, fluid. The other option, if I'm deciding to be lazy or if we can't figure it out, is I will just provide in here some relative offset. So like a spec3i, which would be the relative offset from the center. That could work too. That would definitely be the easiest solution. So yeah, I'm not sure right now what we're going to do in terms of that. I think a block pattern probably is the way to start, or at least re-implementing a block pattern possibly. So this has a cached block position. I don't really know what that means. Let's see where this is actually defined. Okay, interesting. So it looks like it's actually recreated every time or something. Ah, no, I see. So it actually does cache. Interesting. And this just has this. That could work. The problem with this is, as I say, I need to be able to say that there's going to be a storage or something at that position. And using a block pattern Yeah, the problem also is that block patterns only hold a predicate. They don't actually hold the specific thing. It's just a predicate. So there's no way to then retrieve that afterwards. I think this is the exact problem I had with using block patterns in the past, is they're not really designed to get data back from them. So what is result and where's result? New instance creation, sure. Created here. So today we are going to be rewriting the block pattern, not block, we're going to be rewriting the multi-blocks. So if you're intrigued of how to make multi-blocks, then this is probably a good stream for you to watch, actually. Because we're effectively going to be doing them from scratch. I think, is the plan anyway. But this really isn't going to work. Use block patterns. I think for a normal multi-block, block patterns would probably be fine. It's just not really going to work for me. So, yeah, that basically leaves us with two options. We either completely make our own version of a block pattern, or I just take the lazy route and provide a vec-free eye in here. The only problem with using a vec-free eye is that's not going to account for rotation. But I could probably do some math to figure out what it would be regardless of rotation. Because the way my multi-blocks currently work is I literally just have I actually don't even have anything in the multi-block type specifically. All the type has is a reference to the number of blocks it uses. That's literally it. And if I look for where I'm using this, it's only used where I have a multi-blockable interface. And basically in here, I can define where the positions will be, and then I have the method in here that builds the multi-block. Which I guess isn't terrible. And there is a little bit of an issue here. I need to do that. Yeah. This doesn't really... it could work. It could work. So, when I actually find the positions, which you can find... We try and go to an implementation of this. Pump jack, sure. Actually, maybe we'll go the drill, because that's easier to look at, because it's a lot smaller. It literally just adds all the positions. This is completely irrelevant of rotation, I believe. That might be wrong though, actually. Let's go to this one again. Is it relevant of rotation? Oh, it's actually not. So this has to take into account rotation, right? Okay. Okay, what it could do is instead of returning a list of block positions, it could return a map of block position to some data object. I don't know exactly what, but something like multi-block IO or something. Just something that defines that this position will have an input output. And I could have like an empty instance of that. Or probably a better way to do this is to not use a map and just have a list of some object that contains a block pos and a thing. That's actually probably a better way to do this. So yeah, I'm going to go down this route, I think, because I think this is the easiest and it doesn't require me making my own block pattern. So at least for the foreseeable future, that's going to be the best way to achieve this. So I'm going to create a new class. Yeah, I'll create it here, sure. I'm going to call this multi-block position data. And this can be a record, that's perfectly fine. And all it needs is a block pos, and then it also, maybe not a record actually, because that's going to cause us problems. The only thing that's going to be final is going to be the thing. The block pos. So block pos, that will be final. And then what I'll have is I will have a private final map of direction to an energy storage, and that will be the energy storages, and then it'll have a map of direction to a inventory storage, and then I'm also going to have a map of direction to fluid storages. Not fluid storage, it's actually storage of fluid variant for some reason, which is really weird, but that's how it is. These can just be default initialized though, so that's why we're not making it a record. And then we just want the constructor. Nice, that's pretty much fine. And then we get pos. Possibly use like a builder for this, but I'm not too worried about it, so I think I'll just create the methods. And what I will do also is I will just say I'll add a way to not even pass in the direction. I'll have like a void add energy storage, which is just going to take in the energy storage, and then that'll just put null in there, and I'll do that for the other ones as well. And then also a method just to get them would be nice, and I will just make this nullable like that, and then also these are nullable too. I'll just define that these are nullable, these are not. I don't really need to do that, but just so it's pretty clear. I'll probably write some Java docs later so that I don't really need to do that. That method's kind of useless, I'm not going to bother with that. That's basically all I'm looking for, really. So if I do now a list of multi-block position data, and I'll have to go to the super method. Come on, super method, please. Go. And that will be fine. And then all I need to do in here is that. And what am I going to do there? So it puts in some multi-block data. I'm wondering if I could somehow send this over. The more I think about this, the more I'm considering this is a bad idea. data.get. So that will just fix our errors for a second. Yeah, this is going to cause us problems, I think. Hello, Super Z. Welcome to the stream. This is the problem with this. I guess find usages is only actually called when it's placed down, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's really not that bad, I guess. Let me just go back to so the constructor just takes in a pos. It's literally just a pos. So what I would do then is I can wrap these ones. I can do just multi-block position data like that, because those are going to be fine. They're not going to be anything special really. And actually for all of the pump jacks, these are just going to be normal. That makes me wonder, actually, what I could do, I believe, is I could just extend block pos. So this could actually just be a block pos like that. Right? To X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. I think this is an okay idea, but I'm not entirely sure. So then what I can do is I can actually just add the position data. Is that a bad idea? Like, if I could actually just made this a block pos. Check positions. If I make this also a block pos, like that, and then what I need to do is in here, I make this one block pos, this one block pos, and then what I could do if I really wanted to is I could actually still add that information into there, even though it is just a block pos. What I will do though is not make these void. I will make these actually just return back the position data, because that's otherwise going to possibly cause some issues. Here we go. Hello, White. Yes, there is another stream, and I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow at about 7, and also Friday. I think I also said about 7. Both of those are scheduled, so that's basically final unless something goes wrong or whatever. So what I need to do now, actually that's not going to work. I just realized that's going to work, because these are just directly adding a storage, and there isn't a way to get that storage. So really it should be a supplier of storage, because let's think, where is this going to be called? Well, I also don't need to do this. Yes, these can just be normal. Yeah, so basically I can have a supplier because I have the actual block entity position, but it's this block entity here. So what I really need to do... No, that's actually fine. That's fine. I can directly supply a storage like that. That's all good. So let's go into the drill then. Let's first fix these errors. That real quick. So basically what I need to do in here is I need to just add the storages at the correct position. So for example, the top, well, actually I don't really know where I want them to be. Okay, question. Can we run the game? I have a feeling the answer is no. In fact, I'm certain the answer is no. But we're going to try. It is building. So far doing well. Here we go, compile. Compile, I think, is going to fail. Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought it would fail on. So actually, speaking of, I am actually going to create a class that means I don't have to do this every time. So I'm going to create a multi-block roller block, which is going to extend block. Oh, I don't really want to do that, actually. The problem with that is that means I can't extend something else. That means I have to actually extend block. Problem with that is I think the pump jack, for example, if I can find it. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, I'm not a super fan of that, but that'll be fine. So this can just extend block, sure. And really the controller needs to be a block entity, so I'm also going to implement block entity provider. I'll make this abstract, there you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass in the multi-block type. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to create that as a field, so a private find multi-block type. And I guess I'll create a getter. I don't know that I really need it, but you never know, I suppose. So what I was going to do is here on state replaced, basically just going to put this in here. And I'm just going to say this dot type dot on multi-block break, which means like in here, for example, I can get rid of that. On use, I can basically do the exact same thing. And say this dot type, and then I can get rid of that from in here. So that basically solves my two problems there. So all I have to do is extend that instead. And that's not going to work because I need to provide the type. So the type is going to be multi-block type init dot drill. Like that. And then I just need to do the exact same thing for the pump jack, and then I believe it should compile. And there's actually some issues here. Ah, yes, because I'm going to have some issues with serializing it. We'll figure that out in a second then. So in here, I'm just going to do extend why have I just completely forgotten I got that class? There you go, multi-block controller block. There you go. And we're gonna do multi-block type init dot oil. But then I can get rid of both of these. Oh, this is wrong. This doesn't make any sense, does it? I was going to say something seemed a little bit wrong there. So this needs to... what do you call player to open handle screen, right? Yeah. And then same in here, you do oil pump jack block entity, brake block. Yeah, that's fine. And the exact same here. And yeah, you can see these aren't great because I can now actually remove those. They're not necessary anymore. Okay, and I can actually go in here and I can yeet those completely. Eat them from there, eat them from not one. Get rid of them here. Get rid of those and then get rid of these. There we go. So I think that should now work. The music I am listening to is some non-copyright music. Or hypothetically non-copyright. That's the theory. It's hard to know for sure. YouTube hasn't complained at me yet, so it's probably fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's not great music. I am considering going back to the Minecraft music. Should we do that? Here we go. There we go. Now we've got some Minecraft music. Okay. Today we are rewriting the multi-blocks wise so that we can input and output stuff from different positions in the multi-block. That's the plan. But it's just going to require a little bit of rewriting. It shouldn't take too long though. Hopefully this will work and then that should be it, basically. Now, yes, there are going to be some problems here. Which, yeah, this is going to be the problem, really. So what I need to do then... Multi-block data is something that's synced to the client, though, isn't it? And it's something that's saved. Yes, it's saved to the chunk. This kind of messes up everything, then. What I could do... There is maybe a solution, but it's very, very, very janky. The problem is there's so much code in these that are like completely unrelated, so it makes it very hard to go through and figure out what's going on. Okay, so is the pump jack fine now? It is. So it's really just this, the energy provider, and then inventory. Does Fabric key mapping use a similar system as Forge? Yes, I believe it does. But you can check the wiki, make sure. I will quickly have a look if I can find it. Custom key bindings. Here we go. It's just the vanilla way. Yeah. Yeah, you just create a new key binding. So it's just vanilla. It's nothing special. But you can check the wiki if you're curious. What's that about? Oh, right, because apparently this is experimental, which is super weird. So how to fix these? Okay, so let's go into multi-block thing. This? No, not this. This. Here we go. So, no, not this. This? I want the code that finds the positions. Here we go. Find positions. Okay, so that's here. Yeah, this isn't really gonna work, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is not gonna work. Because I still need a way to get the energy provider, and this is coming from... Well, this is either from the block entity or from the... Okay, you know what then? You know what? There is a solution then. It's not a great solution, but there is a solution. And that is to, in the multi-blockable, create a new method yes, I do now have a registry for the multi-blocks. Here. So yes. So I'm just going to create a method then. And this is going to be something like... something like a... How do I want to do this? I'm thinking I have like an energy storage. Get energy storage. And then I have a vec3i, which will be the offset from primary. And then I repeat this for the inventory storage. And then I repeat this for the storage of fluid variant. Like that. And then all I have to do is implement these. Now, possibly by default, these should just return null so that I don't have to implement them on all of them. But I also probably want a direction as well. So direction. And direction. And just to note that the direction is going to be nullable. Okay. So now all I should need to do is say data.type. No, that's in the multi-blockable class. So I actually have to get the block entity. So I have to get that from the primary pod. So I'm going to say if world.get block entity at the primary pos is instance of multi-blockable. I'm just going to call that multi-blockable. Then I'm going to return multi-blockable.get energy storage. And this is going to need to take in the offset and then also this, basically. If the context is direction, then direction. Yeah, that should be fine. Now the hard part is actually calculating the offset from the primary position, because it could be rotated. So that's going to be a little bit of a tricky one to do, but we'll just quickly do these first. Oh, and then the exact same down here. There we go. So we have the pos, which is the actual pos that's like being tested, right? I'm going to create a method to do this. I'm going to create a private static spec free I. Maybe Copilot can do this for me. I don't know. Get offset from primary. And that would be the primary pos and the pos. And then I also am going to need the direction, which is going to be the facing of the multi-block, basically. So multi-block rotation. And Copilot thinks I can just subtract. I definitely cannot subtract. I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure I can't just subtract, because... Can I? No, I don't think so. I think I have to... I'm going to basically have to switch on that. Fact. Are these not exact? No, they're not. Chat, do you think Copilot's correct here? Or has Copilot just come up with some absolute nonsense? It might be right, honestly. I mean, I should really also handle, like, up and down, hypothetically. I guess. I think this could be right, honestly. So let's see. If it's south, then we're basically inverting it, right? Yeah, I think so. Although, I will say, the Y position must be wrong, no? Surely the Y position is wrong. If it's not... Yeah. Okay, now this has done something completely different. Now it's using the Z position too. This is why you can't trust Copilot. So what does it think it should... So by default it thinks it should be that. But it can't be that. It has to also be something to do with the Y pos. So then it tries to do that. Why is it timesing by 2? And am I missing something? Why does it times by 2? Oh, I guess because if it's like at one end, but this, no, we hate this. Right, get rid of that one. Next one. If it's at one end, then it needs to multiply by 2 to get to the other end, I think. Is that what's happening? Yeah, there's... I don't know. We'll try it. What's the worst that could happen, right? So get offset from primary, which is going to take in all of those things, basically. So it's going to take in... Actually, I'm going to grab the block entity. Yeah, I'm going to grab the block entity because then I can get that from the block entity's cached state. Or is it worth doing that, or is it just worth grabbing the state? It's probably more worth grabbing the state. So block state is equal to primary state. And then I can say direction primary facing is equal that is horizontal facing block dot facing, which is actually just property, and I think that's then horizontal facing. There you go. If I'm actually doing horizontal facing, there's no point doing up or down, is there? So default, just give it 0 then. Primary facing, so that should work. Because that could be null. But then if it's null... Yeah, if it's null, that's actually not helpful, is it? Okay, if that's equal... I'm just actually going to do this as a lower effect. If primary facing null, then primary facing direction dot null. There you go. So then I can do the primary pos, the pos, and then the primary facing. And then basically just repeat that down here. Like that. Actually, what I could do is I could do null and null, right? Or, you can do that, right? Can you not do that? Huh. I guess not. Okay, well, by doing that, I now don't need to do... And this one. There we go. So, hypothetically, as long as Copilot is correct with this method, which I'm not entirely confident about, to be honest, then it should work. So what that means is... Yeah, all I need to do now, then, is I need to fix these, first of all. So, the multi-block data... Where is this constructed again? I completely forgot. New multi-block data. Go. Oh, that's right here. Here we go. That just passes in the type like that. I don't really want to pass in the type though. And the reason is because I need to save it as a registry key. Like, I need the type to be saved as a registry key. Or I guess a registry entry? How do you do that? I forgot. Registry entry dot. It's would it be the registry on the registry? God, I've completely forgotten this stuff. Let's try this. I use this. No. Do I actually get it from the registry? Get codec. Get entry. Ah. I think it's this. If I say get entry codec, which is the field of type, right? And then I can say type basically get it from the registry. Industrial registries dot multiple types get entry of data dot type, like that. And then in here I basically need to do the reverse. So the type I'm given is now a registry entry. I need to say type dot value. I believe. Let's try build that and see what happens. If that can build or not. It built, so that's good. That's a good start. So what I'm going to do now is in the drill, we're going to try this with the drill first. Let's go ahead and override the inventory one. So this one, here we go. And I'm going to say if offset from primary, we'll check for the above one first. So if offset from primary, I guess equals or equals vec3 I just want to go up 2 actually, don't I? So I want to go a new vec3 I of 0. If it equals that, then I'm just going to return this dot the placeable, that one. Oh, right. I will then get this, which is going to be placeable one. This one? South? It's that one. Hello, yes, I did start a little bit earlier today. And I'm also going to end it a little bit sooner as well. But yeah, I will also be streaming tomorrow. And Friday as well. Both of those are scheduled. But yes, today we are rewriting my multi-block system. Well, not really rewriting it, actually. We're just kind of rewriting it. just because I need to be able to input and output from certain blocks in the multi-block. That's kind of what I'm figuring out at the moment. Oh, you know what I can do, actually? I can actually just check if the offset from primary.getY is equal to. And then that means I could actually input from any of those top blocks. Not necessarily even the middle one. It could just be any of them, which is probably fine. Likewise, I could also say if the offset primary.y is equal 0, which means it's any of the bottom blocks, and I should also check that the offset primary.x not equal 0. And the offset primary.z is not equal 0. So basically that means if the y is 0 and the x is not 0. Oh, wait, no, this is wrong, isn't it? God, I hate Boolean logic. It's always going to throw me off. But the y is 0. Or... No. It is and. And either the x is not 0 or the z is not 0. That's what I want, isn't it? Meaning it'll basically be any of them in like a ring around the middle block. So it won't be the middle block because the middle block is the one it drills from. So that will be the output inventory. Which is back here. Output one is direction.down. So all we do is we return this .wrapped inventory storage.get storage direction.down. Okay. And then else what other slots do I have? Isn't it just the... It's just the other ones, right? The motor and the head. So for the motor and the head, I don't really know how to do that. Why you actually... But I just told you why I'm rewriting it. Listen, Wide, listen. I literally just told you. And I know you were here. Okay. Yeah, because I need to input and output from different blocks. Okay. Yeah, Fortnite's very intense. Hello, Lime. Welcome to the stream. I will do the drill and motor. Blah, blah. I will do the drill and motor from different sides, I guess. Maybe if x is -1 or z is -1. So what I'm thinking is if y is 1, x is -1, and z is 0. Or, yeah, that will return the up. What's up? Up is the drill head. That's fine. Sure. And else will return north. North is fine, but that needs to be for x is 1 and then z is 0. I think this should work. I'm somewhat naively confident. Should we test it? Let's test it, shall we? See what happens. worst case scenario, it doesn't work, so it does work. I honestly am not confident about the part that Copilot wrote. I think that's probably wrong. Oh, and by the way, anyone that was here yesterday, when I streamed yesterday, since then, Basti has fixed the cable rendering. So we'll test that out at some point as well. Although he hasn't fixed the conflicts in his PRs, which I'm kind of waiting for him to do. But he hasn't done that yet, so I can't merge it. But when he does that, we will go ahead and then we'll test that out. But yeah, can't really do it until the conflicts are gone, of course. So. Okay, so. Oh, okay, this is instantly a problem. We can't click it anymore. I'm thinking that's probably because... Yeah, because these were placed down previously, so they're a little bit scuffed now, I think. What's it saying here? Because data is null. Yeah, basically what's happened is because I've changed the codec, so it's unable to read the data, and it doesn't know what to do now. So these are all useless. In fact, yeah, you can literally see, I can't even break them, bro. These are basically stuck here forever, I think. Okay, good to know. Oh. That's interesting. That's even weirder, really, isn't it? Yeah, so I guess if I break the controller, then it's fine. Because the controller is what's stopping the whole thing from being broken. So that's good to know. This one I genuinely actually just can't break though. I actually can't even... I can't break the controller? That's crazy. This one is just dead as it can. Oh, there you go. Oh, nope. Wow, this one is very broken. It gone? I think it's gone. Should we try this again? Okay. So, first of all, we're going to try the placeable inventories, which is this one right here. So, I'm going to grab a hopper. And I'm going to try the middle block for now, I guess. And yes, I know it's like inside of it. I'm fully aware. I haven't changed the hitbox yet, so we'll try put some planks in there. Look at that! That's pretty cool. That will now go in there, and theoretically, if I tried to put planks in somewhere else, it wouldn't do it. Yes. Okay, that's good. Okay. Let's try... I actually don't know which way this is facing, so... Oh, wait, no, I do, because the thing is there. So, if I put this here, and then I put the head in there... either head is fine, I guess. I'll put this one in for now. Okay, that did not work. That makes me think that possibly I've done it the wrong way around. So it's possible that it's meant to go in there. Interesting. Is it meant to go in here? No. Is it meant to go in here? No. Interesting. Okay, we were on a good start, and then it kind of fell apart. We can try the motor, though. So we can try the motor. The motor should be on this side. Oh, that's me. This is not going well. Okay. Where's the motor? Give me back my motor. Mighty confusing. Put a motor in. If any of them enter it or not. They do not. Let's have a look at the code again. You're not listening to this track, bro. Stop it. Okay. So block entity. Oh. So if the y is 1, the x is -1, and the z 0. So to be clear, so we're all on the same page, the controller is this block, right? So this should be 0, 0, 0. So, oh, I don't know how. I should also move that off my. So 1 on the y should be this level here, right? -1 on the x be this one right here, and then 0 on the z. Maybe it doesn't support insertion? Possibly? Or it could be... I don't think the direction is... Yeah, X should be negative. That's right. Because... yeah, X should be negative. Fine. Because X equals 1 would be the other side. So that should be fine. Let me try something. Very random. But I'm going to try putting that. I just wanted to check that it wasn't something sort of with it being a predicate image. So that's not the issue. Could it be something to hide? Okay, let's run this. Here we go. Offset. Oh wow, x is equal to -33. Okay, so yeah, this is some Copilot shenanigans. You see? Why we don't trust Copilot? So it's fine on the Z, but it's wrong on the X. Yeah. So what we'll do is go to, where was it? Here? Here? It was here. No, it was here. No, it was here. Is it here? But where was it? Where was the code that I used? Is in here? Oh. Wait, I'm not even using this, am I? Delete this. In here? No, it's on multi-blockable. I'm sure it is because I define it in here, don't I? Yeah, I get a new story. I define it there. So where is this called? Ah, multi-block block. That makes sense. That does make sense. So get offset from primary. Let's see what this is doing. See, I run. So posdog x times 2 negative posdog. I don't think this timesing by 2 is correct. I really don't think it is. Is it? I don't want to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be very lazy. And I'm going to ask Copilot chat. Who is that? Fill out the method to box that face that relative to primary. What it comes up with. I come up with something better than the actual inline. Come up with this. Try this. Only thing is, I will say, if it's null, then what I actually want to do is just set the rotation to be null. That's the only thing, really. Try that. See what that. Change is not allowed. What did I change? Oh, because I had a switch expression, so I don't know if I can do that. Probably not, right? So I actually would have to read. Okay, why did I accidentally this one, right? How did I? Oh, because that was inline chat. I probably lost that now. The drill is just a rendered thing on the block entity. It's not an entity. I originally tried to do it as an entity. But I couldn't figure out how to make the entity actually like be linked to the block entity. And when I asked some people how to do it, they said, don't do that. That's cringe. So I decided to not do that because it's cringe. Why I ended up not using entities. And to be honest, it's a lot easier to not use entities anyways. There's no benefit of using an entity. In fact, it's just more overhead anyways. Has that worked? I think that's worked, you know? Yeah, that's inserted the motor from this side. If I do that, that's inserted the head. So just to confirm, though. Yeah, there you go. And I can still input stuff from the top, I'm guessing. Yep, that's fine. And hypothetically, should also be able to output things from the bottom. So try this. We'll just grab a test. Plonk. And when we let this run, which we need to put a head in. So let's put a head in. Go, and then let's go ahead and press start. and it's outputting. Bottom. That is pretty cool. I know it's very simple. Well, yeah, it's kind of simple. But it's very cool. Nice. And hypothetically, or well, realistically, there's no reason why this won't also work with fluids and energy, because it's exactly the same. So that's pretty neat, I think. And also, this works now. I can actually go down here. Yeah. Today we do the energy for the drill. We start work on the drill head upgrades. I don't know, actually. I guess, what do you guys want to... Oh, also, guys, please tell me my other monitor. I make me forget every single time. I don't know. It depends what you guys want to see, I suppose. What's your goal with this mod? I don't really have a goal, is the unfortunate answer. I think my goal is just to make a good tech mod that can be on Fabric and blocks. I think that's basically the goal, because at least from what I've seen, it just doesn't really exist any tech mods in Fabric. Right? That's why most people still play Forge, because it just Fabric just doesn't have content mod that people want, right? So my goal, at least at the moment, is just make a good tech mod, really. So yeah, that's basically the goal. As for like specifics, I don't really know. We kind of talked about this last stream. I don't want to go too broad on how far I want to take it. I really did like kind of the idea of having like a space mod as like something that depends on mod, that kind of thing. I think nuclear is definitely one of the big goals for this mod, to eventually get into nuclear. Right, obviously right now we're just kind of doing oil stuff, crude oil. So I'll have to do stuff like fractional distillation. I'll do that soon. Could be quite fun. But yeah, as of right now, I don't know. I don't want to look too far ahead. I don't think looking too far ahead is a good idea, because all it does is kind of puts a lot of pressure on how much work I need. Compared to, whereas if I kind of do it, then I don't have to think about like, oh shit, it's gonna take. I think that's kind of the best way to think. So yeah. What is the logs? The logs is just a random block I decided to put. It doesn't really matter. Obviously, the block you would actually put in there is these drill tubes. But yeah, I've just put logs in there. They're easy. That's basically. Hypothetically. Back up now. Placing. So yeah, I don't know what do you guys want to see me do the rest of this stream, because we have about, well, how long have we been going for? Hour 20, so we have about 40-ish minutes. We're going to be aiming for about the have about 40 minutes. Energy would indeed be very useful. Or a crank, yes, sure. The problem kind of with both of those means it's going to have some change to the model, right? Like, Like, what I mean is, like, to supply energy to it, like, yes, I could just put energy into one of these blocks and be done with it. However, I kind of want it so, like, for example, let's say you connected energy here, right? So let's say I had a cable, right? Right, and it connects like that. And we're not playing this disc either. Thank you, playlist. Right? So let's say cable's connected like that. I kind of want it so that the cables actually go into the model and it will connect motor, right? Because the motor is up here. So if the cable just kind of came in into the model here and just connected basically to this, doesn't actually need to go up the pole because like then it goes inside the pole, right? See a little bit there, right? Or let's say I wanted to put energy in from here. My idea is that the energy would kind of cable itself around the motor. I think that'd be cool. But I'm also aware that that's probably work. Because it means that I have to have a model for the cables starting at these blocks. So I would have to have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 different models, basically. Cables, which isn't terrible. But it's also not ideal. I'm not sure. We could make the 12 models. Probably not in this stream though, because I don't think you guys want to see me 12. It's just not very fun, right? Or you could create a base area where you can add. Yeah, I guess so, actually. But I could kind of just create like a platform around the edges. So like open block bin. This might actually be a very good quick solution to this, right? What I could do is something like this, right? So how big's that? That is 5. I'll make it 6. 6 high. Like that. Like that. Okay. Like this. Obviously, the textures. Something like this. I delete it. We could do something like this. I don't know how exactly I would want. Like that. How big is that? That's 6 by 4. So 4 there, and then there. I don't need that only. Something like that, I guess. But that's just really weird. You meant solid blocks like a stone, and then you can replace the blocks with different blocks? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that could work. I don't know. I'm not entirely a fan of that look. I think it'd be easier to do something like this. Something like that, honestly. Curious actually if I do that. Kind of thinking this is something like this is probably better though. The caveat though is that the cable connection is actually bigger than this. So if I grab like but no, thermal jet. I connect a cable. It's basically this. I think that's actually big. Like that's. And maybe the hitbox. Oh, hell, this is not a real Minecraft. Oh. Anyways. So that's kind of the problem, I guess, that. If I did that, like, on... That comes... There is, like... I'd have to increase all of these up to, like, there. They could come up further, of course. They could come all the way up to like a single block, but I think that's quite weird. Or maybe that's not weird. But I think that is weird. Let's do this. Let's make this like... Yeah, see if that's like 4 by 4 by 4. If it was 4 by 4 by 4, like that. That could work. If I did something like... And then maybe even just made these a little bit thinner. Because they don't really need to fit. But then that kind of defeats the whole... Kind of... Damn it. Yeah, I could do, like this. Well, if I only bring that up by 2, actually, that's not so bad. I don't really have a lot of space to work with, which is kind of the problem here, because this whole kind of center area needs to stay clear. So... I mean, I can... possibly bring this up. But once again, the issue is not going to be this, it's going to be the actual connection to it. Maybe I only make it connectable in the corner. I don't think that really solves the issue either, though, even if I did that. Let's go back to what I had originally. Right? Delete the texture so I can actually see. So I'm going to open this. Right? So if I grab this, I just paste it in here. You can kind of see the problem. So when that connects, it's going to be there. It's basically going to connect like that. I need some way to open this. Okay. So let's say I connect the cable here, right? I need some way to connect that to this. Maybe I could only do it on the corners, in which case there's only going to be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 models instead of 12 models. My idea is that I go from like this. I guess it's quite weird, but kind of like this. So basically I would just continue this. Like that. So that's 4x4x5. So 1. I would basically then just run a cable along here. Then have a second 4x4x4 come into there. So I was thinking I could do something like that, and then I'd have to do that for each of the corners. And ideally, I'd also have some kind of support for this, because otherwise the cable is just hanging. It doesn't need to be a massive. It needs to be something like that. I just get a different marker colors. Some kind of support like that, I guess. But it just means making a lot of models. I do that. I don't know. For now, I'm not going to worry about it, because it's kind of a thing that can be done in the future. It's not an urgent thing to have the model change. Apparently. So I'm not going to worry about it right this second. Instead, what we're going to do is just going to actually make the energy work. So let's do that. Let's get energy working. So, drill block entity. Not this. Block entity. Okay. So, energy is simple, luckily. So we can just have a private final wrapped energy storage. And I'm just energy storage. I think this just takes in a capacity, if I remember correctly. Or does it also take in other things? No, it doesn't take in anything. So what I need to do is say, so that's all inventory. Wrapped, not that one. Wait. Oh, oops. Just not wrapped energy. Go. What the hell? No. Why do you think it's like that? Stop that. A new, what is it? A sinking energy. Takes in this, then it takes in the capacity. I'll just say like 50,000 for now. Max input, I could say like 1,000. Then max output 0. And direction doesn't matter. It will exist for now in all directions. Then all I need to do is I need to save it first of all. So if MET contains energy, the NMBT test those. So why you tried that? What? Yeah, what is Copilot on right now, bro? Basic shit is completely failing to... Okay. There we go. That's better. Thank you, Copilot. And then we'll just create the method here. So get energy storage, which will... we'll just say if... I'll just say return offset from primary.y is equal to 0. Then I'm going to say that or null. I'll just pass in null. Hello, Agent Cryo. Welcome to stream. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to say and I'm just going to once again check that we're not in the middle block. Don't want the middle block. So we're going to say offset from primary.x is not equal 1 or offset 0. And why it's 1 at 0. I am doing okay. We are just currently rewriting my multi-block system. Well, we've just finished rewriting. So now, yeah, now we're just making it so that the drill will actually be able to receive energy, basically. So I think that's basically everything to make it work with energy. I need to save it. I need to read it. I don't need to do any receiving stuff because that's all pushed. Energy is a push-based system. And I needed to add it here. I think that's it. Yeah, we do need to render it on the GUI. So we'll do that real quick. That should be trivial. At some point I need to make a widget for that. So that I can just say add energy widget rather than having to recreate the whole. But now it's fine. Multi-blocks, yes. Block entities basically that are bigger than 1 by 1. That's basically, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just grab the energy storage. I need to grab this from the handler though. So I need to go into the handler and grill screen handler, and I'm going to create some method. Create a public long. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to copy this. Yes, this. Oh, what? Okay. Sure. We'll do that then. Oh, there's an error. Because why? Why is there an error? Actually, must be because this doesn't exist, but this does exist. Oh, it exists, but not like that. Sure. So I need to create a public energy store. I think. Yeah, energy. There you go. Which I think fixes that. We need to get that as a simple which is a very minor thing, but that's fine. That will do that, and then all I need to do is go to the screen handler as well. Have this. Boom. I'm also have this, which is the tool. Once again, this is why I'm basically saying I need to add a widget for this, because it's just the same thing every single time. There's no need to have this duplicate. Not much I can do about that right now. Well, we could make a widget, but I'm lazy, so we're not going to do that right now. Then we're going to restart the game. And we're going to see if this works, if the drill can receive energy. If it can, then we're going to need a way to control the motor. We're going to need a way to set the RPM and turn the motor on and off and those kind of. And then after that, I think the plan is hand crank. I don't really know how I'm going to do the hand crank though, so that's going to be interesting. I'll have to see about that when we get to it. I think probably before I do the hand crank, I will make it so the hitbox actually aligns to the model instead of, you know, instead of not, basically. So if we connect energy, you can see that connect. There you go. Nice. Nice. Okay, good. So should we check that this is actually powered then? We can try. Thermal's actually a bit of a pain, so we're just going to grab a win. Nice, it does. We are going to have to fix this though, because we don't particularly want it drawing over the GUI. That's quite annoying. I don't really know where we could even have it. We're going to have to make this GUI bigger, I think. Is going to be how I do this. Although eventually I plan to not have these buttons at all. I plan for these two buttons to be gone and for it to be some kind of in-world button. I think that's a not right now thing. I mean, I guess we could try that right now. But I don't even know where to start with that, so maybe not. But yeah, that should work. That's yeah, let's just, for now, we're not going to mess with RPM stuff. We're just going to make it so the motor, if it has a motor and it's running, then it will actually use energy. Let's do that. Should be fairly easy to do. So basically what we're going to do, so if it does not have a motor, then it returns. So right here, if it's drilling, then it does this. If it's retracting, then it does this. Okay. I kind of want an if statement that says if it's drilling or it's retracting. So I'm going to say if is drilling or is stop retracting. What does is drilling do? Okay, why am I calling is drilling in that case then? That's a bit weird. I should just say this dot drill. There's no need to call the method for that. I know the compiler optimizes it, but there's just no need. Okay, so if it's drilling or it's retracting, then I'm basically just going to reduce energy. So I'm going to say this dot get energy storage. So I'll create that as a variable. So import energy storage. Energy storage is equal energy storage, and then I'm just going to say oh, getting the energy cost from the head. That's actually something I wouldn't even have thought of, but that's actually not a terrible idea. Yeah, so the head could theoretically, like, just have a cost that it takes. But then I also do eventually want it to depend on RPM, but then I guess this could be like a base cost. So well, no, I guess the cost isn't depending on the head. The cost is depending on the motor. So, no. So what I need to say, actually, first of all, I should make it so it can't even run if it doesn't have energy. Then it shouldn't even be able to run. So if energy storage .get amount is less than for now I'm just going to use some hard-coded values since we don't have a way to have the RPM. Actually, we could kind of copy the motor for now. Should we do that? Shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Yeah, we basically have a current rotation speed and a target rotation speed. I'm just gonna have a current rotation speed, I think. Rather than, well, no, I guess not. Okay, we'll do this then. So we're gonna have those overflow stacks. I'm actually gonna move this upwards because this is final. This should be there. But it is like kind of. I'll move it there. We're gonna have those. That'll be the default. And I'm actually going to make these methods public. I can use those. And I'm effectively going to copy this and put it in here. So we're going to use motor block entity .calculate energy for rotation, and the same thing to calculate the speed. And then if yeah, so what does this actually do? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to store the amount. So int energy, no, long current or previous energy. And then I'm actually going to say or previous energy is not the current energy. Then it will do an update. And then what I want to say here is if this current rotation speed is greater than 0, then drilling is true, else drilling is equal false. We kind of don't want that though. We want it to either protract or drill depending on what it was doing previously. Which is kind of hard to say. Damn it. Well, what I could have is like private boolean is paused. And basically what that means, what that will do, is if it's paused, then it's not actually going to drill or retract, even if it's in a drill or retract mode. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So basically here, I can say this dot is paused will be equal to false. If else if it's not paused, then paused is true. No. I just want to return. I want to update, and then I want to return. I think. Wait, this is Minecraft music? There's no way this is Minecraft music, is it? Am I being lied to? Anyways, so that'll make it pause and then update is. I think that will work. Maybe final. Yeah, kind of. But now that's fine. We'll worry about that later. Okay. Then we want to do the paused thing. So if mbt.contains paused, and if mbt.contains the current rotation speed and the target rotation speed, and we're going to put paused, and we're going to put current, and we're going to put target. There we go. I will actually copy these there. I'll put them here. There we go. This class is getting very big. And we're not even remotely done yet, but well. At least it's not going to be as big as the pump jack, eh? Because this is going to be massive when I start actually making it pump shit. But anyways, is that everything? I think so. So updates. Previous rotation speed is not the current, or the previous energy is not the current energy, then it updates. I am causing multiple updates, but block updates are delayed or deferred until the next tick, so that shouldn't be a problem anyways. So I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and restart it. And we'll see if it works. You guys think it'll work? What is the consensus? Oh, what's happened? Yeah, these are indeed the new, or that one was, I think, the new music disc. Yeah. This isn't. This is C418, but previous one was, yeah. So, if I start drilling, if I take out the energy, that is not working at all. Interesting. So energy storage, here we go. The amount is currently 0. So this dot current rotation speed is 0. Oh, I should really just have this should be really just an else statement then, I guess. Else pause is true. I guess I'll actually say current paused, and then I'll say if not current paused, then it updates, meaning that only changes if, yeah, that's fine. So if I hot swap that, that is still running somehow. Where are we at? So if the current rotation speed is greater than 0, false, then current paused is true. This stop paused is true. I think I should just say here, if this dot is paused, then it should just return. Right? Why is that still not working? Am I going crazy? Okay, pause is currently set to true. So it gets to here. It should then return. It does return. Okay. So why is it actually doing things? Unless... No, why is it actually doing things? Oh, unless it's this one? No. Let me breakpoint that. Where is this happening? Is paused is equal false. Let's look at the energy storage, right? Which I think I actually have as a bit of, don't I? Energy storage. Oh, the amount is 50,000. So, energy required is equal 0. Oh, because the current is 0.75. Yeah, that's not... I'm just going to set that to 0 for now. I guess I never fixed that. I thought I fixed that, but I guess I didn't. That's still not working. What the hell? That's not working. Energy required. Here we go. Let's try this again. Step into. Oh, current isn't even used, bro. So that was actually completely irrelevant. I could have had it set to current. But why is it returning 0 then? So target is 0.75. Should be times 60 times 10. That's 450. Why is it not 450 then? I'm so confused. Wait, what? Am I crazy? step into. So target is 0.75. Oh, is it because these need to be in brackets? I don't think so, right? Okay, it is because they need to be in brackets. That's weird. Okay. So then it minuses that, and then it sets the current rotations. So let's see what that does then. Let's get rid of that. There you go. So now it's using power, and you see it's now stopped because it's out of power. So if I connect a cable back up, you can see it's using those. This is decreasing. I guess the max output of this is way too low because that's going very slow. Okay, that's good. And if we cut off the power again, yeah, it stops working. Okay. Let's try something quick. Let's try grab something that's a little higher power. Oh, because I set the max input to 100, didn't I? That's why. Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, I set the max input to 1000. Maybe the cables have a max output of 100. Because there's no reason why that should work. Fill this up. Ah, that's weird. Anyways, that seems to be working. So that's fine. So now that will only run if it has a motor and the motor is powered. Which is basically what we wanted, right? It's not going to reach the top. Oh, it's even close. Good to know. I don't know if this is still... Yeah, if I do tick rate quick. Nice. I'll put a wind turbine back up here. Yeah, and you see that's now generating more power than thing. Hypothetically. One and yeah, that makes sense. That's more than what it's using, which is why that's perfect. Up, if I back down. Goes up. Well, that's a bug. If this one's filled up, then surely one of the other ones can't fill it. Unless it's not. That's a bug. How has that come? Oh, because it crates. I said it. So straight back up. Has no place or break, but perfectly fine. Run that. Putting. As it will come back up, start placing those. I think it is. That means that's all working. So really, the only next thing to do is to rewrite the head system so that you can upgrade them rather than being different items. So that's kind of the next thing to do, and we're not going to be doing that today because I think that's about enough for this stream. Kind of 2 hours is what I was aiming. I think. And yeah, that's going to be it. So I'll be streaming about the same time tomorrow. It will be an hour later. And that is already scheduled at YouTube. And yeah, that's going to be it for this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.